except I didn't find much worth showing you, and here's why. Many people think this kind of landscape is natural and wildly occurring, but it's not. This landscape is entirely man-made, or more accurately, sheep-made. You might not see any sheep grazing right now, but if you pay attention, the evidence is all around you. Luckily, we can still see remnants of what the land used to look like before the advent of farming. This is it, just a little patch of woodland. That is, a low-density forest, or to put it more poetically, an oasis of biodiversity. That isn't to say you can't find any wildlife outside of the forest, just less of a variety. This forest is a good example of what is called a climax community, which is the end stage of steady ecological development over a long time. This developmental process is known as ecological succession. If you stay close to the forest, you can still spot varying stages of this succession, so now I can show you how it works. First, you start with rock newly exposed by some kind of disturbance like a storm or even a volcanic eruption. Nothing lives here, but life finds a way. The first organisms to move in are the pioneer species, for example, lichens that can grow on rocks without soil. Such lichens actually break down the rock into a rudimentary soil, setting the stage for the first plants. Seeds drift in along the wind from afar, and before you know it, the first grasses are flourishing and competing with each other for their limited nutrients. Then dying. Decomposers such as fungi move in and start fertilising the soil and forming symbiotic relationships with the plant life. This richer soil is fertile ground for the first shrubs. Insects arrive to feast on these shrubs. Birds arrive to feast on these insects. Both affect the plant life, which then affects the animal life, and this is how an ecological community grows. Reaction after reaction to various changes until the community stabilises. The formation of a climax community. So when you see a landscape like this, know that it represents overgrazing by livestock. But that's not to say a bit of grazing here and there can't be a good thing. Sometimes you want to stop habitat developing into forest. The intermediate stages of succession are no less important than the climax. For example, wildflower meadows host a number of rare insect and flower species. Rare because wildflower meadows are now the rarest habitat in the country. Only 3% of Britain's ancient wildflower meadows remain, as most have been replaced by intensive farming. You can help. All you have to do is mow your lawn less. Mowing your lawn once every so often keeps the lawn a grassland, but mowing it too frequently doesn't leave enough time for wildflowers to grow. In the same way, conservationists have to do what is termed conservation grazing every so often to maintain and even increase the biodiversity of the rare habitats they're entrusted with. But overgrazing would be a sure way to destroy it all. By studying ecological succession, we can learn how to restore and repair damaged ecosystems. This restoration ecology, as it's called, will be a vital tool in our battle against climate change in the next 100 years, because forests are good at locking away carbon within biomass. We need to do this very quickly, and restoration ecologists are now figuring out how to grow ecosystems over 10 years that would otherwise take 100 years to develop on their own. We've done it before. The first tall grass prairie restoration project started in 1936, so we must keep doing it. Thanks for watching, and you can always click that like button if you want, and subscribe if you want more of these videos.